warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now, inshallah, today we learning the lesson number one, full mouth letters. So, in the Arabic letters from Alif to Ya, there are seven full mouth letters. There are seven full mouth letters, and full mouth letters mean the letters we read with the full mouth, the hard sound, heavy sounds. So, let's revise. Kha, Sod, Dod, Ta, Za, Ghain, Qaf. Once again, Kha, Sod, Dod, Ta, Za, Ghain, Qaf. Repeat with me once again. Kha, Sod, Dod, Ta, Za, Ghain, Qaf. So these seven letters always we read full mouth with heavy sound, hard sound. Even these letters we see with fatha, kasra, dhamma, which mean when we see with zabar, zair or pesh, then in all states, in all conditions, we read these letters with hard sound. So therefore, we call them full mouth letter. And remember, if the letter ra has fatha, which is zabar sign, or dhamma, which is pesh, then it will be read with full mouth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, inshallah, let's learn lesson number two, throat letters. So, there are six throat letters. You can see on the screen, there are six throat letters, and these are Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha. Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha. Once again, Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha. So these six letters are pronounced from the throat. And you can see here the Hamza Ha we pronounce from the lower throat. Ain Ha we pronounce from the middle throat. And Ghain Kha we pronounce from upper throat. So revise these six throat letters and learn properly. Once again, Hamza Ha, Ain Ha, Ghain Kha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are learning lesson 3, which is about mud letters. The mud letters are stretching letters. So remember, in the Arabic letters, alif to ya, there are three mud letters. There are three mud letters. The first one is alif, second one waw, and third one ya. Alif, waw, and ya. The number one, alif mad. So when alif before it any fatha letter, stretch fatha sound to a. So as you have learned, the one fatha, one zabar sound is a, like zabar a. And when alif before it any fatha letter, stretch fatha sound to a. Let's have a look the example. So if there is no alif, we simply read ba zabar ba or ba fatha ba. But now we see alif before it, the fatha letter. So we stretch it ba alif fatha ba. Ta alif fatha, ta, sa alif fatha, sa, jim alif fatha, ja, ha alif fatha, ha, kha alif fatha, kha. So when you see all these type of the letters, sounds, then all these sound we call alif mad sound. Now have a look the number two mad, which is wow mad. So when wow change into the wow mad, when wow with sakoon and before it any dhamma letter, stretch dhamma sound to oo. So always remember one dhamma letter only makes sound oo. If any letter with the pesh, it makes sound oo, like hamza pesh, hamza dhamma oo, ba dhamma bu, ta dhamma tu. So we never stretch it. But when wow with sakoon and before it we see any dhamma letter, then we stretch dhamma sound to oo. Let's have a look example. Hamza wow dhamma oo. You can see the wow has sakoon, jazm, and before it the letter has pesh, dhamma. So therefore, this joining sound, pesh joining sound with the wow, dhamma joining sound with the wow, we stretch it. Ooh, ba wow dhamma, boo, ta wow dhamma, tu. Same this way. Su, ju, hu. So all these sound, when we stretch wow long, we call wow mad. And the third yamad, when ya with sukoon and before it any kasra letter, stretch kasra sound to e. So same as you know the one kasra, one zir sound, we never stretch. Like hamza kasra e, ba kasra b, ta kasra t. And when ya has jazm, sukoon on it, and before it any letter with kasra, any kasra letter when joining with the ya sakoon, ya jazm, then we stretch kasra sound. Hamza ya kasra e, ba ya kasra b, ta ya kasra t. So all these sound c, g, he, all these sound we call yamad. So inshallah, when you are reading and revising your Quran lesson, and when you are reading, so just focus with the mud letters and stretch them properly. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are practicing lesson 4, where we will practice about standing fatha, standing kasra, and reverse dhamma. So standing fatha is known as well standing zabar, and always we see standing fatha on top of the letter. So standing fatha is the same as stretching alif. Any letter with standing fatha will be read as two a. So when we see standing fatha on top of any letter, then we stretch the sound a. Look at here example. So Hamza standing fatha. So when alif has standing fatha, we read Hamza. Hamza standing fatha. A. Lam fatha la. A la. So one fatha we never stretch. And when we see standing fatha, we stretch double a sound. Adama. Amana. Zalika. Athara. Now standing kasra, which is as well now standing zir. And standing zir always will come down of all the letter. Any letter with standing kasra will be read as two E. So let's look at the example. Hamza standing kasra. E. Now here they're standing fatha. إيلاف هذه آياته بيده صاحبته. Now let's have a look with reverse dhamma. Reverse dhamma, also noun, reverse page or ulta page. And always we see reverse dhamma on top of all the letters. So any letter with reverse dhamma will be read as two oo, as one fatha makes sound oo. So when we see the reverse dhamma with any letter, we stretch to oo sound. Let's have a look example. Yara, ha has reverse dhamma, so ha reverse dhamma. Who, yara, who. Wow has reverse dhamma, so wow makes sound. Woo, riya, woo, riya. Here, ha has reverse dhamma, so it makes sound. Who, kitabahu, غابون. So غين لفتة غا is alif mad. We have learned the alif mad, waw mad, ya mad in the lesson 3. So here is alif mad, which is the same stretching sound of standing fatha. غابون. Da, dal alif fatha da, as well alif mad, and waw reverse the ma woo, da woo da. So in the lesson 3, you have learned alif mad, waw mad, and ya mad. So alif mad is the same level sound of standing fatha, and waw mad is a same stretching sound of reverse dhamma, and ya mad is a same stretching sound of standing kasra. So, inshallah, when you read the Quran, so wherever you see these stretching sign or stretching mud, so stretch them properly. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are practicing lesson number 5, where we will practice and learn about the short mud and long mud. So there are two types of mud. Number one we call short mud, and it always looks this wavy thin sign on top of the letters. And number two we call long mud, and always we see this thick wavy sign always on top of the letters. So remember, number one short mud is stretched up to 3 times of a sound. So when we see this short mud, always the letter sound we will stretch 3 times of a sound. And number two, long mud is stretched up to 5 times of a sound. So when we see any long mud on top of any letter, then the letter sound we will stretch 5 times of a sound. And remember always, these short mud or long mud sign we will see on top of always the mud letter. We have learned the 3 mud letter. One we call alif mud. When any fatha letter next joining with the alif, we stretch like alif before it, any fatha letter, we stretch ba alif fatha ba. And when waw sukoon before it, any dhamma letter, we stretch long sound ba waw dhamma boo. And when ya sukoon before it, kasra any letter, we stretch ya long ba ya kasra bi. And here one another, ta is alif mad, tu is waw mad, and ti is ya mad. So always when we see these short mud or long mud on top of these alif, waw or ya mud, then we stretch their sound 3 to 5 times according to the mud sign. Now have a look more example. Mim alif ta mud. Alif mud has short mud, so ma we are stretching 3 times. So wherever we see short mud, there we stretch 3 times, and where we see long mud, we stretch letter sound 5 times. Let's practice. بما أنزل قالوا آمنا يا أرض. In this word we see short mud and long mud together. So ha 3 times and la 5 times. هؤلاء سيئت أولئك حدائق جاء جيء قروء أولياء. So inshallah, when you are reading Quran, so wherever you see short mud or long mud, so stretch their sound according to their long or short mud sign. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome to your new home.
Your new sister and brother, Oliver. Oliver needs special care.
Will you hear that?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are practicing lesson 6 where we will learn about the compulsory mud. So when you see a long mud on a letter and the letter after that has a shadda or sukoon on it, then the mud letter stretching sound will be 5 to 6 times. It is called compulsory mud. So when you see any letter has the long thick mud and the next letter, the letter after the thick mud, next letter has shadda or sukoon, then after stretching 5 to 6 times, we will join into the next letter, and then it's called compulsory mud. So let's have a look at the example here. So here we see the hamza standing fatha on top of it, the long mud, compulsory mud, thick mud, and the next letter has sukoon. So we will stretch 5 to 6 times and then connect into lam. Al-ana. Next, have a look here. So dod alif madda has the long mud, thick mud, and the next letter has ra shadda. So after stretching 5 to 6 times long, do, we will connect into ra. So this is we call compulsory mud. بضارهم تحادون جان آمين ظالم So, inshallah, when you are reading Quran and wherever you see the thick mud and the next letter has shadda or sukoon, so always stretch sound 5 to 6 times. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are practicing lesson number 7, where we will practice about lean letters. So remember, there are two lean letters, waw lean and ya lean. So if waw or ya have sukoon on them and the letter before has fatha, then these letters will be read quickly and softly. So there no stretching sound. So waw lean, when waw sukoon and before it any letter with zabar with fatha, and the same ya lean when ya has sukoon and before it any letter with fatha. So we never stretch this sound. We read quickly and softly. So these we call lean letters, ya and waw. Now let's have a look the example in the waw lean. So we can see all the waw letters have sukoon and before it all the zabar letter. So how it makes sound? Hamza, waw, fatha, aw. Ba, waw, fatha, baw. Ta, waw, fatha, taw. So we never stretch this sound. Aw, bow. It's wrong. So we read quickly and softly. Aw, bow, taw, saw, jaw, how, how, daw. So all the way with all the letter alif to ya. So it's the sound we call vowel. Look at the next here. Noon, wow, fatha, now, wow, how, ow, yow. So all these sound we call vowel. Let's have a look the example yali. So we see ya sakun and all the letter before it has fatha, zabar. So this sound as well we read quickly and softly. Hamza ya fatha, ay. Ba ya fatha, bay. Ta ya fatha, tay. So all the way to the last letter, ya fatha, yay. So all these sound we call yali. Ay, bay, tay, say, jay, hay, khoy, day. To all the way last letter, ya fatha, yay. Now here are the few words example with the wawli. Aw hana. So aw is wawli in this word. Tawbatan, ta waw fatha taw is wawli. Hawlahu, haw wawli. Khawfin, khaw wawli. Rawhun, raw is vowel sound. And same, have a look the yalin examples. Quraishin. So in this word, ra ya fatha rai is yalin sound in the word. Quraishin. Zaytunin. Za ya fatha zay yalin. Shay'un. Shin ya fatha shay is yalin. Soifi. Soy is yalin sound. And doifi. Dod ya fatha dai is yalin sound. So when you read the Quran, so always carefully read the lean letters. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are learning the rule about noon sakun or tanween when no gunna. So it's noon sakun or tanween, no gunna rule. So when, if after noon sakun, you can see here noon sakun shape, when noon has sakun on it, jazam on it, or sakina, or tanween. And we knew that the double fatha, double kasra, or double dhamma, these we call tanween. So noon sakina or noon sakun or tanween. So if after noon sakun or tanween, if any one of these letters appear, and the letters are hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha, lam ra, then there will be no gunna. Once again, repeat letters with me. Hamza ha,